This is the easiest, tastiest, and most delicious bread you can ever make. I learned it from my friend. She's from Moldova. I don't know what it's called, but it has cheese, so we call it cheese bread. So let's make some. Let's start by making the dough for the bread. So I'm gonna start with a cup of milk. I microwave because it was a little cold. 1 cup of milk. Next you will need half a cup of warm water. You don't want cold. Remember, yeast like warm temperature. So this is lukewarm water, half a cup. And then the next is yeast, 1 tablespoon of yeast. It seems like a lot, but we need the dough to rise in less than 2 hours. So 1 tablespoon of yeast. I'm pouring directly into milk and water mixture. Next, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So I have a tablespoon here. This is olive oil. 1, 2, 3. Mix them up. And you need 3 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. 1, 2. Let me mix it up a little bit and then I'll pour the last. This is the 3rd one. There you go. Mix it so that they stop sticking to the side of the. There's some liquid still. I guess we can use a bread tool too, but that's okay. So to make sure that the flours are not on the side of the bowl. Yeah, so see, it's like this, very sticky, so I'm not going to touch it with my hand. Let it rise for at least 1.5 to 2 hours till it doubles in size. And then the time you can use your hand, will be able to mix. Right now it's very sticky. So let's cover it with a clean towel. And then we'll come back and check the dough in 2 hours. So the dough has been sitting for about 1.5 hours, not quite 2 hours. If you can make it more than 2 hours, it will rise even more. But it's getting late now, so anyway, it has doubled in size, you can see. So what I'm gonna do next is take this out of the bowl, and you will need a rolling pin for this step, and we're gonna roll it into a round circle. So I'll need some flour so I don't get sticky. So it's just like making a tortilla, I guess. But it's very yeasty now and sticky. That's why I got some flour on the countertop. This part is a little sticky, so you need add as much flour as you need so you can use the rolling pin. There's some bread here. Don't want to waste them, so some dough. I'm gonna scrape them out with my finger. I think that's good. Then just start kneading them like you're making a tortilla or roti for my Indian audience, chapati. Now it's not sticky and you should be able to roll it. I'm gonna cut this in half. Just approximate, it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to make 2 big tortilla round circles using the rolling pin. You can hear the air pop. I think it's almost like making a pizza, though. You can probably stretch it with the hand. I might just do that. It seems easier to use my hand. Use rolling pin to help, but I think when you do with your hand like a pizza, though, it's more stretchy. See, it stretches more. Not perfect circle, but that's fine. I want to give it a stretch with my hand. Seems a little thicker on this side, so let me stretch it. This has been sitting on a countertop for the last more than an hour to soften it room temperature. But this is the queso, the big size. You can find it at any regular grocery store, or I got this from Costco. It's the 40 ounce. You can make it smaller if you want it less cheesy. Any soft cheese is fine as long as it's not a very strong taste. Crumble them with your hand, and then I'm going to mix with the egg. 3 eggs. So if you want less cheese, you can go for a smaller size. I like with lots of cheese. So my friend Mila, who showed me the recipe, she just cracked the egg directly into the cheese. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to crack 3 eggs. 1, 2, 3. So mix it thoroughly like this, and you can add some spices if you want. You can add spinach. I tried with spinach, my kid didn't like it, so I'm just going to stick with the original recipe that I was taught. So mixing the cheese and 3 eggs, this is what you get. Whatever the cheese and eggs mixture, you're going to put it equal part in both the rounds. You don't want too much in the corner because you're going to fold it and roll it again. I don't measure, I just do it by side, it seems like equal parts. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands so I can do the next step. My hands are washed. Let me dry it. So the next step is to cover this like this. Cover them like this. Just roughly roll it over. I guess I should have put more flour. It's sticking on the counter. Fold it over like this. Oh, there's a hole here. That's okay because it's going to get multiple layers. That's why I should have added more flour on the countertop. Now the next step is to oil them. I have the oven on at 350. It's been preheating. You need to put oil. Okay, I'm going to oil the tray. I just pour some oil. This is just olive oil. You can use any oil that you have so it doesn't stick. The tricky part is lifting this. So like a big croissant, that's what it looks like. This is bigger. I'm going to move it closer. It's going to look like a big giant croissant. The mistake I did was I didn't put enough oil here, but I'm giving space here because you'll see later when it starts baking, it takes up a lot of room. All right, so now that this is shaped and put into a baking tray, you can let it sit for about 30 minutes and rise again. That's optional, or you can bake it as is like this. It'll still rise in the oven. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes. So this has been resting for about 25 minutes. I'm ready to put it in the oven. You have to bake it at 350 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes till it's brown. So you can check depending on your oven setting. It might vary, but you'll know it's done when it's brown. So I'm going to put it in the oven. It's already 350. There you go. I'm going to set the timer for 45 minutes. There you go. Now just wait, occasionally check, turn on the light and check. See, it's now it's nice and brown.
It smells good.
It's ready. So we took this out of the oven about 35 minutes ago. It's been resting for about 35 minutes. The pan is a little big, so that's why it's flat. Last time I made it, I used a smaller pan and it was more puffed up. So anyway, I'm gonna slice a piece. We couldn't wait, so I'm gonna slice a piece so we can taste it. So I'm gonna move it here. Okay, look at it. It's not supposed to be perfect, but it's good. You can see all the cheese here. See all the cheese? Yeah, so if you use a smaller pan, it'll be more this shape. Yeah. But I decided to use a big pan, and so it just kind of spread out. Yep, and this will be good for a couple of days. If you put it, I'm gonna slice them and put them in the fridge. The kids can eat it over the next few days. You guys wanna try it? Dan, you wanna try? I'm sharing this recipe because my family love it. It doesn't last, basically. It lasts maybe a day or two, and it's a lot.